Peace, brothers and sisters. This is Yochanan Ben Yahweh again, and I would like to continue the studying of our true history. It is the world's best kept secret. This is our biblical history. And I would like to get straight to the point. You know, as we begin to awaken here in America, the devil is very subtle, very tricky. He knew that the day would come when we would be awaking. And he had traps prepared for those of us. The first fruits, or the ones who was going to hear the call and come up out of that grave, that dead mentality. As we have learned for 400 years, we've been here in America, mistreated, used and abused, and this was all done under the banner of Christianity. And in doing so, there's a fraternal organization that was set up here in America, designed to keep the Negro, so-called Negroes, blind again. Even after we learn some truth and try to come into the knowledge, there was obstacles placed in our way. This particular fraternal organization that I'm speaking about is called the Masons, the Freemasons. They're not really free, but that's the terminology that is used to recognize them. They follow the Bible and they are Christians. Okay? Let's understand that these Masons are Christians, but they feel that they are Christians with a higher degree of understanding, higher degree of knowledge, a secret knowledge. In fact, they take an oath once they learn certain things from the book not to reveal it, not even to their family members. That's not that's not the will of God. God says that all things shall be revealed. It's not accordance with the will of God. It's backwards. John 8:32 says, we shall know the truth, and the truth will set us free. So, let me just get direct to the point. You have the Masonic group, and a Mason is a builder. And they have been here for years, a branch of Christians, a branch off of the Christian teachings, and I don't see anything that they have built. If their knowledge is more supreme than the regular Christians, or they have a degree of knowledge that is so overwhelming that they're going to keep it a secret, well then, what do they have it for? What are they doing with it? Again, they're not building. It comes from our ancient forefathers. Goes back to King Solomon. You know, King Solomon, who's the son of David. David started to build the temple, but he didn't finish it. So King Solomon was going to build the temple. And if you read the word, you see that there's an individual, the master builder, Hiram Abimelech. Before the temple was completed, he was hit in the head and buried in a shallow grave because he wouldn't give up the secrets. He wouldn't give up the master plans on how to build the temple. You see, this temple that was to be built, little did they know, is going to be built or was to be built without hands. Meaning there would be no noise made. No hammers making a sound. No chisels making a noise. The reason being is because the temple that is to be built is a nation of people. We are the temple. But as we begin to learn that Yahweh is God and that we are Hebrew Israelites, we start awakening. In the past, you know, we've been traveling. Like the Masons are called traveling men. So we've been traveling, trying to find the Messiah, find our light, understand what's going on. Which is symbolic of like Jesus. See, Jesus was killed, like Harem the Bliff, hit in the head and buried in a shallow grave. Jesus was killed and put in a tomb. Anyone that's dealing with the order of the Creator is knocked off, killed off, or blocked. There was a tomb rolled in front of Jesus' grave, but one came and removed the tomb. The reason it blocked the tomb was there to be blocked because they didn't want the light to shine in. The light is the knowledge of God. But someone is stopping the light. The devil have a plan. His plan is to keep us from rising. Like the sun is supposed to be resurrected. They don't want you to be resurrected. They don't want us to be resurrected. So these brothers who was in search of light, they went into this organization with a righteous state of mind. But they got bamboozled. They went in blindfolded and they're still blind. And it would take one to come to bring them into the true light and to really set them free, because they're not free. Talking to you, my Masonic brothers. You see, the light in which they saw was the artificial light. But one greater than Solomon is here to shine the universal light. There's this saying that the brothers have, says they are traveling men. They're traveling from the west to the east. Why the west to the east? The east is where the sun rises from. The physical sun that comes from the sky, the universal sun. The west is America. So the sun rises from the east. And you're looking towards the light, traveling, trying to get to that light. Because with the sun comes life. There can be no life without the sun. Which is symbolic of the Son of God. The Messiah. Which would come from a black nation of people. You and I, the tribe of Judah. As mentioned in Hebrews 7:14, the Lord come from the tribe of Judah. Jeremiah 14:2, don't forget, we read that. He's black. Acts 7:6, taken into captivity for 400 years. So that Messiah is coming from that people. So the traveling man is still here in America, haven't traveled anywhere, so the light must come to him. And I'm no longer shining my light to the east. I'm bringing it from the east to the west. I represent the light. Praise Yahweh. Give thanks to Yahweh ben Yahweh for resurrecting me. Giving me that light that I may reflect my light upon you. Okay, so our brothers went into this organization with hopes of getting a higher degree of understanding on the science of God, the teachings of God, but yet they was told you cannot tell nobody about this. Then what the heck is going on? Somebody is holding something back. If you love your people, then you want them to know the truth. So what are you hiding? In all reality, you are that stone that has been rolled in front of the tomb to help block our way. Okay? When you go into your studyings, you go to a degree. Like Jacob's ladder, you call it, trying to reach into the heavens. Your Jacob's ladder have degrees. And the highest degree that you travel under the Freemason banner is 33 and a third degree. Am I correct? I think so. I know so. 33 and a third degree, think for a moment, is only 1 and a third degree above freezing. And anything that is frozen is dead. So if I raise it 1 and a third more degree, it is still frozen, can't move. So if your degrees only take you to 33 and a third, my brothers, then you are still dead. But Revelation 5:5 says one from the tribe of Judah would come. One would come with the lion's grip to raise you up out of that grave. Well, you must recognize him when he come. And he would come in his Father's name. You are given the 4 letters when you, as you're traveling through your degrees, you get high enough, you get those 4 letters. You know what they are, don't you? YHWH. You behave, wah, behave. The Father's name. And if you didn't understand your lessons, then I'm here to let you know that what you're really getting is the name of the black God Yahweh, and it's letting you know that the black man is the God of the earth, the Father of the universe. Yahweh is God, the great, good, and terrible black God. You see, the devil was given 6,000 years to rule, and he's been ruling in dirt and filth for the past 6,000 years. You go from Abraham to Moses is 2,000 years. From Moses to Jesus is 4,000 years. From Jesus' death to now is the 6,000 years. So this marks the end of the devil's rulership. And for 6,000 years, he's been ruling in filth and dirt. The grave that he put you in when you bury is 6 feet 6 inches, representing that 6,000 years of death. Okay? Praise Yahweh. So you brothers of the Masonic nation or the world, the Masonic world, I would like to welcome you into the nation of Yahweh if you choose to embrace Yahweh. And I ask that you study with your Hebrew brothers, wherever you are, and learn that we are one and one for all. Until next time, peace, love, and praise Yahweh.